Louisiana Beer Reviews, Founders, the amazing Cosmickies, highly acclaimed KBS, a flavored stout, Maple Mackinac Fudge, Imperial Stout with Mackinac Fudge coffee, maple syrup, and chocolate aged in oak bourbon barrels. A lot of information there. Bottled on October 14, 2020, 11% alcohol, 40 international bitterness units. Released in 2020 for October to December sales. I bought this at Mathern's Market, and it was which it was $5.49. Sorry, $5.49. Could get it cheaper at Total Wine and More, but I have to buy 4 bottles, and maybe I'll do that depending on how good it is. 99 out of 100. In other words, world class. They call it on Beer Advocate. A 100 out of 100 on Rate Beer. 94 out of 100 in the style. Guess that would be flavored Imperial Stout. 89 on Untapped. 89 is very high for Untapped. Because you'd be lucky on that website to get a 75. And a 75 over there would be pretty good. So they score things differently there. Uh-oh. Must be a wreck. Yeah, the fire engines and the ambulance. Yeah, we got 2 major junctions here. U.S. Highway 51 intersecting 61 and 10 intersecting 55 and 10 intersecting 51. So 3 major intersections, and people well, they're getting a lot of wrecks around here because they have trouble figuring out how to do those turns, and plus you got all the cell phone usage, people looking at the phone, not the road. I mean, why would you do that? Look at the road when you could be checking stuff on your phone, right, while driving. Beige head, very dark brown appearance. I see some brown along the bottom. Certainly, they're showing this type of glass on the website. Sunny, warming, no clouds, nope, no clouds in the sky. Okay, now my father would say, that's a beer for people that don't like the taste of beer. Well, he has a very negative approach towards it. But he hasn't drank alcohol for the last 17, almost 18 years, so he might actually like these kind of things if he was drinking, now. But it could be a beer for people that don't like the taste of beer, the stereotypical taste of beer, because this is going to smell and taste like something a lot different than what you would expect. Strong fudge chocolate on the nose. I think a little bourbon barrel, yes. Maple syrup. Yeah, I think so. Very rich, dessert-like in the nose. I don't know how good it is for 8:30 in the morning, but probably be all right. Might be better at 8:30 at night, honestly. So it's a very wonderful aroma. The appearance is an A+. The aroma is an A+. Let's go with the taste. There's a maltiness in the sense of like a malted milk ball type thing. Fudge, very dark chocolate, not burnt. My problem with the big luscious was that I found that and you could taste the malts there, but I found that everything there was so charred, or some of the components were so charred it tasted burnt, and I didn't care for the burnt charcoal taste. I didn't want to be drinking carbon. Maple syrup, yes. The bourbon barrel part is faint. I know it it's there, so I'm talking about it. If I didn't know it was aged in bourbon barrels, I probably would not be mentioning that or noticing that. But certainly the rich fudge, the chocolate, dark roasted malts, sweetness, sugary sweetness on a Cyclops scale, it'd be 5 out of 5 sugar cubes. Ultimate sugary dessert sweetness. Bitterness scale, well, it does have some balancing bitterness of various sources, so I think it would be 3 out of 5 hop cones or bitterness icons, but they use hop cones on the Cyclops scale. Heavy mouthfeel, I mean a velvety mouthfeel, a heavy body, the finish is like sort of like, let's see, 55-45, 55% sweet and 45% dry. So it isn't, that's the good thing about it. It isn't going to come across as like gross sweet. Ugh, it's too much, I can't finish it. No, you can finish it. I wouldn't drink more than one, though. The calorie count must be astronomical. International enjoyment units, are they high? Yes, very high. That's one of those terms I made up, international enjoyment units. Just like I came up with the term natty, daddy, but I call it natural father. I came up with natural father, international enjoyment units. I came up with the idea of the malt liquor project, although somebody else is using that idea. Oh well. Okay, they've been enjoying their project. Trying to think of what's wrong with this beer. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Is it as good as the CBS? I would say yes, and I gave that 100, and I'm going to give this 100. I'm right there with Great Beer. 100 out of 100. It is an outstanding beer. Is it worth the $5.49 a bottle? Well, yes. Of course, I would rather have paid $4.99, but I had a feeling this could be off the shelves quick. People would be running to buy it, and I didn't want to be caught short, so I said I'd better get it. With the way it's tasting, and of course, got to look at your monthly budget and all that, but I think there's a strong possibility that there'll be a repurchase happening with this. Yes, I do believe. I think it's something that could age. I mean, 11%, it's not going to go off for years. So, laissez-les, bon temps relais. I'm very curious to watch the other video reviews and read the written reviews. A fabulous, wonderful, exciting dessert, chocolate, maple syrup, extravaganza beer. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all, come on down to southeastern Louisiana.